evening and welcome to Signature Evening. I don't even know how to start this conversation tonight because
a lot,
a whole lot,
right?
It's like a whole package.
Yeah.
You know when you have a full package of everything, you're just so overwhelmed. You don't know where to start from. Of course, thank you so much for joining us today on Signature Evening. As always, it's always a pleasure to meet with you at this time. It's like a date, you know. You don't keep your date waiting. You just have to so we love you and we're glad to join you today.
Yeah.
I'm Quinsley Roland, and of course we have our very white knight in shining armor.
Oh, what am I blushing? Wow, did you just say that? That's cool.
Introduce yourself now.
Okay, all right. Yes, I'm Christopher Lele. It's really exciting to be here. Today we have a whole lot, for you. Just stick around. Don't go nowhere because we're going to have a nice time. I don't know if you're aware that this week, all through this week, has been the funeral service activities for the late football legend, Christian Chukwu.
So rest in perfect peace.
Yeah.
And we, as it should actually, being that he's a legend and he has taken Nigeria all like worldwide, over the globe. So it should. And the one thing I struck my mind was he celebrated like this when he was alive?
Well,
and if so, then it's good. I feel we should give flowers to the living and not when they are dead.
Definitely. Well, we had that conversation even today too at the Colloquium where, the key speakers and those that were at the panel, they discussed it that this man would have been celebrated more when he was alive. Many people were talking about it.
Him? Was it not death that prompted the whole thing?
Well, it is what it is. For those that are not aware, this week, just like we said, it's the week dedicated to Christian Chukwu. Yes, the late footballer, where we're doing different celebrations, So today was the colloquium, and then we have the service of songs was on Sunday. I think on Monday or Tuesday was the night of tribute. Yesterday was the night of tribute. Different activities all lined up. So you can just maybe check online or, call the right authorities to get all the necessary information and know how you can attend, and get to know more about this late legend. He was really, really a great man when he was right here with us on earth.
And so this is where we have to go on a break and return to have our news and events. You know how we always do it, bring over reports that we've had on the station that you have missed and still make sense, So we have to talk about it and also put you through, rather take you through the entire process so you just catch up.
We are local.
International communities just finished the game. When the main market is in chaos, people.
We are national.
Those in support of this motion as amended say aye. Aye. We have taken it to by default.
We are international.
Israeli airstrikes.
Donald Trump left us the worst unemployment.
Signature TV, news in your pocket.
Get plugged into the heartbeat of entertainment on The Hub, your ultimate show on eVibes. From trending stories and social media drama to top charting music, must-watch movies and exciting moments from the world of arts, we've got it all. Join us for unmissable conversations with your favorite entertainment personalities, plus fun segments every week.
I should try harder, so...
Okay, I don't know that one.
Outfit of the day.
Oh, I don't do that. That's some Gen Z stuff.
Oh, now you say it's a Gen Z stuff.
It's everything you love about entertainment, served fresh every week at 1 p.m. with weekend repeats just in case you missed it. The Hubs on eVibes, where the vibes never stop. Only on Signature TV.
Welcome back. Our guest is in the studio. Quotes for the day before we commence. If you do not take interest in the affairs of your government, then you are doomed to live under the rule of fools. And that is from Plato. Ahead of the 2027 general elections, the progressive group comprising members of the All Progressive Congress and other political parties in Enugu State endorsed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Enugu State Governor Dr. Peter Mba as their consensus candidates. The political group declared that they would gladly welcome Governor Mba of the People's Democratic Party into its fold if he decides to join Nigeria's ruling party. Meanwhile, the Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Chief Uche Nnaji, has also vowed that the All Progressive Congress will take over governance of Enugu State in 2027 governorship election. Some political bigwigs believe that Enugu State road to Lion Building come 2027 is becoming very rough, with so many challenges facing the ruling party APC and Enugu State-dominated PDP members. Our guest, Dr. Ben Nwoye, who is a former chairman APC Enugu State, has joined us in the studio to talk about 2027 election in Enugu State's key players and the challenges ahead. Good evening, Doctor. Thank you for joining.
Good evening, and thank you for having me.
Okay.
Welcome. Great to have you.
Why did you have to mimic his voice? All right, Doctor. Okay, so it's crystal clear what is going on in Enugu State. For the longest of time, Enugu is a PDP-dominated state. Since I've been in Enugu, I've always known PDP, and it's really tricky now to see that APC is about to take over. What do you see this possible in the next election?
Of course, I see it possible, and that is what myself and the members of progressive groups we're doing, and that is poking. We are pushing the governor to join us. We are talking to him. We are begging him to join us. That is the only short path of Enugu State moving away from being playing the second fiddle, playing opposition politics, to coming into the national politics. As of today, because Enugu State is playing opposition, Enugu is losing. I am a citizen of Enugu State. I'm aware of what is going on. I was the state chairman of APC for 8 years, during which time I had the honor of serving as the secretary of the Forum of APC chairman. That's 36 states plus Abuja. So I know the workings of things, whether it is the sharing of board, when the federal board, perhaps the appointment comes up, is done through the party structure, whether it is the appointment of federal commissioners, ambassadorial positions, or who becomes who takes what in the federal system. It goes through the National Working Committee. And states like Enugu, where you don't have a governor representing them, other people, outside actors, they jump in and they take over what belongs to Enugu. Enugu becomes a shopping mall for states like Imo State, Abia State, and even Ebonyi State. Imo State, because they have a governor whom they describe as the Governor General, which Constitution does not recognize such. And he pokes into Enugu State. He decides who becomes minister. He decides who gets what at federal appointment. Then the Abia State, you have the deputy speaker of the House. He also pokes into Enugu State because he's a leader, one of the leaders of the National Assembly. In fact, number 6 man in the line of succession. The opening in Enugu State allow people to come in. Even the governor of Ebonyi State, though he's not so assertive in towards Enugu State, but Imo State's governor, Hope Uzodinma, practically takes Enugu as a subsidiary of his state. When it comes to national politics, when it comes to who gets what, thank goodness that Governor Peter Mba is a sagacious politician. Otherwise, it would have played into the hand. UNNVC would not have gotten it. It would have been an Imo State indigene that comes. And I'm not saying I have anything wrong with that. But I'm saying he should have stayed in his own state, play with a foothold. But because Governor Peter Mba, His Excellency Peter Mba, is not in APC, it became almost a hard sell. But because of his astuteness, his political sagacity, he was able to ward that off. And today, for the first time, after over 60 years, Nsukka now has an erudite professor who is also an indigenous professor. We have the positions of ambassadorial positions open. It's not yet filled. They are submitting names. These people are submitting names. They are scrambling. Just not long ago, the Enugu State time expired in the Federal Character Commission. The same governor from Imo State submitted names. They pushed names. Nobody dare give reference to our dear governor. Enugu should be allowed to govern its own state. The governor whom we elected should be involved in who gets what, who do we place in what position. Should be involved at the very rudimental level. He should be involved. But it's not, because he's playing opposition. At the end of the day, we are lucky that we have our own friend of Enugu, and I call him also an indigene, except from Abia, distinguished Senator Ojuzo Kalu, was able to assist. So now we have a young man from Igbeze North, who is now the commissioner designate, representing Enugu, Honorable Peter Eze. Otherwise, they will pick people, irrespective of, at the time they wanted to, from the Ojuzo Camp's area, with Uche Naji, they had a woman who is unknown to the party, from the West, not minding that you must spread this to the three senatorial districts. We would have had everything piled up in either Enugu East, where Naji is from, or Enugu West. Before now, there was no commissioner coming up from Enugu North. And they have submitted name from Enugu North. I'm talking about federal commissioner. When we talk about federal character, it trickles down from federal character. It goes down to states, and in the state to the various local government. But when you now have power and you're sitting in the power, you don't understand the state structure, and you decide to give things based on who you know, based on who is a praise singer of yours, which was what was happening before now. And I'm blowing the whistle. I'm saying that Governor Hope Uzodinma should stay off from Enugu politics, face his state, manage his state, and I'm begging Governor Peter Mba to come over to APC and help us. Not help us and help us APC people, but help Enugu people. You will recall, I mean, I don't know how old I'm sure you're not that old, but I'm very sure you're not that old. When Jim Obodo was the governor of the old Anambra State, he played the opposition. He was in the NPP. And there was all this fight between him and Alex Ekweme. As wonderful as the programs of Governor Jim Obodo was, there was some limitation. A lot of limitation, because he was not in the national. And he was having all these disputes. So the old Anambra State suffered somewhat. They were deprived of certain federal, legislation. The same thing happened, you can fast forward, the same thing happened to Lagos State when Tinubu was the governor of Lagos State, if you recall. And he was playing the AD and then the AC and ACN. Lagos State suffered. The allocation was held. You don't want to do that. Then bring it back to Enugu State. In 1999, when Governor Chimaroke Ndamani was the governor of Enugu State, and it was with the ruling party, a lot of the federal project and program came to Enugu. You have the law school. That was when the law school was built. Many of you don't know that, but that was when we brought law school to Agbani. They had the Air Force School in Agbani. Then they have the UNTH and others. So he enjoyed the federal presence. Of course, a lot more greater appointments were given to people. Then, of course, the minister, or then the Weke Jr., Frank Weke Jr., was given at one point, it was handling about 3 portfolio. So Enugu State was, there was a robust presence of federal presence in Enugu State. Because, of course, we are capital of Southeast. We shouldn't play second fiddle to anyone. Then you can also fast forward a little bit. to the time Goodluck Jonathan was the president under PDP, the one you know. Yeah, okay. Nobody, all the time you've known him to be PDP. Now, Governor Sullivan Chime was able to do more. We had a lot of things happening in Enugu State because there was a symbiotic relationship between the government of Enugu State and the federal, not an opposition. Okay. Now, during that time, that's when you now got the road safety training school situated right by his doorstep in Udi. It was during those times that you had the breweries, the Ama Brewery and Co. All these breweries, they came in. These are industries and many more federal presence that developed under that. Now, fast forward a little bit. Now came the part of Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi. You see some redundancy. Because at that point, Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi decided to remain in PDP while, of course, APC took over. And he decided to be playing the big boy of PDP in the south, he's in Enugu State, and we were losing things. So guess what happened? A friend of an Enugu citizen decided to offer us his friend as a minister. That is Abba Kyari. The then chief of staff is late now. The then chief of staff of our former president, who is also deceased now, President Muhammadu Buhari. So he offers us a gentleman that has been out of touch with the politics of the state of Nigeria. They have been living in Geneva for about 36 years. They made him a minister of foreign affairs. The point then becomes, what did Enugu State gain from his ministry, from him being a minister? That is why I'm blowing the whistle. Not to be here to criticize anybody, but politics is about sharing. We get the societal resources, we manage it, we share it. And if I'm sitting on the table, and I'm sitting as an indigenous citizen of Enugu State, my concern will be what is coming into Enugu. If I have no idea of what is coming into Enugu, then I'll be proud of my ability to speak many languages, and I'll be proud of carrying fires and following the president, moving from country to country, and displaying my linguistic ability. That is nowhere I'm there. If I'm speaking Swahili, French, and what, how does that bring food on the table? If in the political part of it, I was supposed to, yes, there's not a lot of work to be attracted in that ministry in terms of volumes of infrastructural work, but I can send smart people across the globe to study. I can send scientists from other countries and have relationship with the school from my state, like the ESUT, is a University of Science and Technology. I can have a collabo with them. I can facilitate it using my office. But if I don't know it and I'm just moving around and I am a diplomat and I am a technocrat, the political angle of it will be totally lost. So we have a lost 8 years of lack of political activity during that, because Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi was playing the politics of opposition.
All right. Thank you so much, Ben Oye. Thank you for your explanations. I just feel like this is a secret that you're sharing with us right now. And I want to understand you before I ask this question. If I understand what you're saying is having the presence of the federal government in a state kind of attract more projects to that state.
It's beyond the project. Okay, it's beyond project. Let me give you an example. Okay, you see UNN. United States as an example. Somebody outside UNN gave names of the board that formed the board of the management board. That is the management authority, the board that managed UNN. Okay, it took some protests for that board to be dissolved. If our governor, His Excellency, Dr. Peter Mba, had been in APC, he would submit the list. He would decide, we have a lot of qualified people to head the board there, which is a starting point in who then becomes the VC. It is the board that do the last interview panel. You get the point. But
then again, if I may come in, as a duly elected governor of a state, regardless of the party, when I mean regardless of the party, whether your party
affiliation
is currently the administration, like from the federal angle, are you not supposed to still have access to certain things based on the fact that you're duly elected and you're still doing your work?
No, you're not. I'm trying to explain that to you, okay? When the president gets into office, just break it down a little bit. The list of federal parastatals are listed. They're a little bit over 5,000. Boards and all that. And then committee is formed. The committee now decide they have grade A, B, and C. Committee decide to float it around states. Then lobby kicks in. Every state lobbies to put their own people there. Let's say the board for NNPC, grade A. Somebody will lobby. If you are playing opposition, and I'll ask you this question. You are an opposition governor. Who is opposed to this president coming in? What is the avenue for you to lobby to make a citizen from your state, your own, which of course will be your political supporter, to serve in that board? Remember, if he serves in that board, next year, he will have the resources to continue to fight against the president that just appointed him. So it will make no sense. So it is about who gets what and how is it distributed. Because if he serves in that board, you are now blessing those who fought you. That is one of the problems too. In some cases, we've had people who managed to break through. They are able to push people in. They were not part of APC. And the APC people say, no, this guy fought us. And he's in now. So they lobby against such person. But the way it works is, when they break it down, the committee will send certain number of people. When I was a chairman, we were told to write 50 names. Consult with stakeholders in Enugu. I was like the governor of Enugu State for my party. That's not the way it is. So I get the list. Consult, I spray it around the 17 local government. And I get to deal with all the fight. But because I'm not really a governor, but I'm the one that will submit it to the national office.
But Dr. Ben, with all of these explanations you carried out right now, I want to believe that the governor of Enugu State is also aware of all of the advantages, right, to come to join your party, APC. With the poking and poaching that you've been doing all this while, your party has been doing, do you think this governor anytime soon will consider joining the APC party?
It is my prayer. It is my prayer. Every opportunity, they've given me the platform. And it's a wonderful platform. And I'm thankful to you. With this type of platform, I'm still pleading that for the interest of Enugu people, not about myself, I'm a businessman. I know things we are losing. Governor knows the things we are losing. I've explained it in many platforms, and I'm sure it has gotten to him and other of his advisors, that they should stop being sentimental about PDP. It is just a platform. The governor has performed so well that in any party he runs in Enugu, he will win. But for now, let it be a sacrifice. For those who don't know, who just say, oh, we are used to umbrella. Of course, change is tough. Change is heavy.
And it's constant too.
But it's constant. Yeah. Thank you. It is very constant. It is the only thing that is never stable. It's change. So they should learn to now remove the umbrella over their head, fold it, even though it's a rainy season, we offer them a home. Where they will not be in the rain. And in that home, we'll also offer them the broom to sweep away the dirt.
All right then. So let's look at the situation where the people of Enugu State voted in His Excellency Peter Mbah under the People's Democratic Party. And it's not about a party, right? It's about what the people want. And Peter Mbah contested under PDP. And we know Enugu is obviously dominated by PDP. How long will it take for people to switch from this party to the other party? And knowing that he did all these wonderful things in Enugu State, still under the People's Democratic Party.
Of course, listen, your last statement is a great statement. It's under the People's Democratic Party, but it's not the People's Democratic Party that are doing the work. He did the work, is what you said. The party is the label behind him. We've had other governors with a party label of PDP as a label. Those governors did not give us 260 smart schools. They didn't give us 260 type 2 healthcare facilities. They didn't give us a world-class command center, security command center, with about 150, 160 vehicles, AI-assisted camera. They didn't do that. And they were under PDP. Okay? They didn't give us the vision of starting some of the money-born corporations, like the Niger Gas. Niger Gas was there. They were under PDP. They didn't revamp it. They didn't fix Presidential Hotel, and they were still under PDP. They also did not see anything wrong with the carcass of ICC, the International Conference Center. And those governors were there for 8 years. Times 2 is 16 years under PDP. Therefore, the developmental stripe you see, and of course, if you have opportunity to go to the new GTC, when you go there, you'll be amazed what is going on there. Under the PDP administration, the GTC became a chicken home where they train poultries. It was reverted back to the, I would say, 18th century industrial revolution era. But under Peter Mba, but I want to say under Peter Mba because it's under Peter Mba, it's not under PDP. There's no PDP's hands in it, but PDP had it in 16 years. Peter Mba, under 2 years, all that changed. I don't know if you drive through Presidential Road, just take a look at it. What is going on in Presidential Hotel? I had the opportunity to be inside the ICC yesterday for the first time to honor our fallen hero, Chairman Christian Chukwu. And it's amazing. This is what happens when you have good governance. So for me, the progress is about good governance. It's not about political party. Okay. We are yielding and shouting and begging him to come in. It's not just Mba coming, say Governor Mba coming. It's a good governance. I teach good governance at ESUT. And we see the practice of good governance. And we want Enugu State to be governed with conscientiousness.
Okay. All right then. So sorry. Yeah. Let's look at the minds of the citizens. We know how uncomfortable citizens are about the All Progressive Congress. Some people don't like the idea of it coming to Enugu and being the ruling party. How are we going to, because they are the ones in charge of this happening, even if Governor Peter Mba switches to APC, if nobody votes for him, he's not coming back. So it's like the mindset of PDP belongs, or Enugu State belongs to PDP, or whichever way. So having APC, knowing that people don't feel so comfortable accepting this party, how will it play out in Enugu State?
Let me tell you. I think your statement is made up of that idea I told you about. People who are just afraid of change. Your statement represents their view. Okay? And it's good. Your statement is portraying those who are stuck on the mud, on the PDP. Here we come. A dead party, by the way. Have you seen what has happened to PDP? PDP is dead now. Okay, so we didn't cause it. Everything didn't start it. They are unable to hold neck, and when they did, it's a chaos. For months, PDP of their party that they are so in love with could not produce, who is their national secretary. As we are speaking, they have been running on borrowed time, having just acting chairman. They have postponed their convention over and over and over. Many of their bigwigs, including their presidential candidate, the immediate past presidential candidate, has bailed out of the sinking ship. He's bailed out. His Excellency Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, he docked. Many of them, board members, former, bailed out. So when you see what is happening to PDP, and I'm not inspired by what is happening in PDP, but I'm only in terms of reaching out to Governor Peter Mba to come over to APC and help us. I'm not inspired by the difficulties that the PDP has, but I'm telling you this story so that those people whom your question represent their view, they can think back. They should look at it. Is PDP so good? And a man who served under PDP as a number 2 man, vice president, for 8 years, he left. Is it so good that a man who was the presidential candidate in 2 occasions, 2019 and again 2023. He bailed out. Is it so good that he did not only leave, but also his vice presidential candidate, running mate for 2019, Mr. Peter Obi of the Obedient Movement, bailed out and is still shopping between Labour and ADC. Yeah, ADC. He's still shopping. The man was like me. A few weeks back, I left APC, okay, and I spent time re-examining my political stance before certain changes occur. But Peter Obi is not really housed in any political party. He was in PDP. He was their vice presidential candidate just a few years back. So they should consider that. They should consider their immediate past vice presidential candidate, His Excellency Senator Ukowa, has bailed out. He's with us. He's in APC. So we have to be factually realistic. For those who are stuck in thinking that they have so many regalias of PDP, there are too many face caps, they have too many umbrellas in their home, how can they discard with it?
All right.
We are pleading with them to reach.
Thank you so much. It is your wish that the governor of Enugu State defects to APC, considering the fracas in the party in Enugu State, right? Now, the question that's on the hearts of many Nigerians now is, who is the leader of APC in Enugu State?
By our own constitution. By our own constitution. In a state where you have a governor. So starting from the top. Starting from the top. If APC produce the president of the country, the president is the leader. The national leader is the president. Then it goes down. In the state where you have a governor of APC extraction, the governor is the leader. Where there is no governor, the state chairman is a leader. That is our constitution. That is why it is the state chairman that submits list for board appointees. If they're making list, when I was a chairman for the 2 term of Buhari, it is my signature that goes to what we submit. However, if you have a state chairman that is a puppet to either a minister or a big man board appointee or an external force from another place, he will not have the capacity to place his signature there. He will abdicate that leadership position either to the minister or to a big man in the state who might be a former this or former that. Could even be a former big man, and he will give them to submit. Or he can go over to another state and say, Oga, this is my list, approve it. In the process, they will either delete or add names. And in the belief that if he goes through that Oga, they will push that list. But the reality is that every state has a number of appointees that must come in, whether you have a governor or not. But this is the practice. However, in Enugu State, it's come down to Enugu State, the aberration, as we speak, the person who is the acting chairman for Enugu State is Dr. Alphonsus Nwafo. Dr. Alphonsus Nwafo took over from Ugochukwu Abala when Ugochukwu Abala was removed last year. But due to the corrupt practices associated with the immediate past national chairman of APC, he refused to recognize Dr. Alphonsus Nwafo. Even when there's a court order, a court sacked Ugochukwu Abala on August 9th, 2024. Certified true copy of that order was presented to Governor Ganduje. He just took it and trashed it. He did nothing about it. The leader of the party in the south is from Enugu State. Odobime Enugu. He knows about it. He ignored it. Flouted the court order. The national vice chairman of the party, Southeast, is from Imo State. He's Dr. Ijoma Rojobu. He knows about the order. He flouts the order. They refuse to recognize Dr. Alphonsus Wafo. In all the NEC meetings they invited, they refused to issue him the invitation. They continue to invite Ugochukwu Abala. Ugochukwu Abala, being in quote, the Nigerian sharp guy, what did he do? He went and pledged allegiance to the honorable minister, who has absolutely no understanding of the workings of the party, and said that the honorable minister is the leader of the party. So the man is happy. The man became a glorified leader. It is unheard of anywhere. You can go anywhere. It is not different. If he's the leader of the party in Enugu State, who is the leader of the party in Ebonyi State? Is it Umahi or is it Nwifuru? Of course, they will tell you it's Nwifuru that is the leader. You can go to any other state. There's no state. Okay, you can go to Delta State and ask them. I have business there. I also maintain residence in the Delta State. Who is the leader of the party in Delta State? It is Sheriff and not Festus Kayamu. You can go anywhere. You can go to Meduguri, Borno State, and ask who is the leader. Is it His Excellency Kari, the Minister for Agriculture, or is it Professor Zulum? They will tell you it's undisputable. It is only in Enugu State where the aberration is occurring. If you go to Anambra State, ask them. I'm bringing it home to you now. Yeah. Ask them, is our sister, Her Excellency, Bianca, the most beautiful minister on earth, Bianca Ono, is she the leader of the party in Anambra State? They will tell you she's not. She's facing the business of the day. Whereas my good friend, Chief Basil Ejirike, who is the chairman of the party, is busy with the party business, doing his best effort to elect the governor of Anambra State, of APC.
Okay, so if we understand what you're saying now, Wafo is the
chairman.
Good. Now, looking at the faction, the internal factions right now, because we have those loyal to the previous chairman and the current chairman, do you think this will be a threat to the 2027 governorship election?
It will only be a threat if it is not resolved. And that is, I told you, I left the party sometime in April. Because I cannot stand impunity of Alhaji Ganduje. Cannot take it. I'm a free man. You can't disobey the court order and you're a ruling party. I will have shame coming here to talk about rule of law. If my party, a ruling party, flouts the law every day, just stamples on the law, a ruling party, I can't. So I stepped aside. However, they've since changed the chairman. Gandhi Komot continued on his sharp practices until he was thrown out. When he was thrown out, he claimed being ill. He went and took a medical vacation and shamefully left the country and hid his face in shame somewhere. He's the one that brought Enugu State where we find ourselves. If I followed the law, we wouldn't be talking about Wafo or Ugabala. But going forward, the new national chairman, Nitawi, had indicated unity. You must unite the party. Has also indicated a willingness to follow the law. We have resubmitted all the court orders to him, certified court order. And to my knowledge, they've put together a committee to look into it, which is the reason why when they send people to me to plead with me to come back to APC and help to galvanize members and help to grow the party, which is what I'm doing now. I did that before. That is the reason I came back.
All right, now if I'm to come in, right, you said PDP is a dead party in Enugu State.
It's not dead, it's dying.
It's a dying party.
Yes.
Beautiful. And you just made mention of the unresolved factional issues going on with APC.
Internally.
And you're also wishing for the defection of the governor of Enugu State from PDP to APC. Now the question is, if Governor Mba is to leave PDP, that he has all the love and support, and come to APC, that is factional, what is the promising hope for him in APC?
Already, let me tell you, what you see as fashion is actually disagreement. Those who obey rule of law and those who are lawless for their individual interest. It's not faction. We don't have faction. So there's no faction that exists anywhere. But you have people who want to play. You have a man who scored 14,775 votes in the last election, a gubernatorial election. Who then, that 14,000 votes, earned him a ministerial appointment. I have no grudge with it. But then he also aided Tinubu to score first from behind out of the 36 states from Abuja. What was his number? He gave in his project, I call it project 4772. He gave Tinubu 4,772. 2027 election, general election, will be an election like none other. It's going to be tough for APC. It's going to be tough for Tinubu. It's going to be tough for Mba. It's going to be tough for everyone. Okay? But if we unite Enugu State under Mba, he has a magic touch. Mba will, of course, as the leader, if he joins the party, he automatically becomes the leader of the party. He will not act like the sleeping minister who had been adjudged to be a sleeping minister. Not by me, not by anyone from Enugu, but by reputable journalists who went about doing purely scientific journalism and came up with a certification for our own minister from Enugu and named him a sleeping minister. And the same sleeping minister will leave his job duty in Abuja, where he's supposed to be, and rush down to Enugu State. I heard his statement you read, and then hold political rally and make statements, call those who join from labor IDPs, internally displaced politicians. Politicians. Wow. That's the IDP. The young men that joined him. He stood on the stage and said, we are welcoming the internally displaced politicians, the IDPs. And he warned them that there is no automatic ticket for anybody. You can come in, you are internally displaced politicians, but there is no automatic ticket. He has no business doing that. He should be focused with thinking about innovation, science, and technology. 2017 is not his business. It's not part of his job schedule. But clearly, this is part of the reason he's been adjudged to be a sleeping minister. It didn't end there. By the next morning,
2024 draws to a close. The Federal Ministry of Innovation.
Go ahead, sir.
By the next following morning, while Governor Peter Mba is busy going down to Nsukka to launch new projects and commissions of few projects by him and by the serving chairman of Nsukka local government. What did Uche do? He rushed to Nsukka with a bunch of people, claimed to be receiving 3 unknown political actors in a field. We don't do that. We receive people in their ward, in fact, in their polling unit. And he put up a stage and continued the charade that he will become the governor in 2027. When he ran against him, look at the number. He's mathematic, even though he's supposed to be heading the scientists, the scientific stuff. But he's devoid of scientific reasoning. When you think about it, his numbers, by 2023, when he ran against Governor Peter Mba, the then candidate Peter Mba scored 160 something thousand votes. Okay? Almost 170,000. My recall about 67,000 votes. What did he score? 14,775 votes. We are saying when he scored that just based on blueprints, the blueprints Enugu people saw of Peter Mba, the blueprints are listening him delivered at the university that's around the corner at the Godfrey Okoye University. Mm-hmm. The blueprint that made me supported him, okay, and campaigned for him in 2022, even though I was a member of APC. That blueprint is what Enugu people saw and they voted for him. While the then candidate, Uche Nnaji, his blueprint was devoid of a roadmap. It was confusing. He couldn't deliver it. Even people that wrote it for him couldn't spend time to teach him how to read it. If you see the video of where he read his so-called manifesto, you see that's a problem. And that is what is wrong with the project, what we have as the problem of governance. When you take people who have no idea of what to do. They just want to occupy a position, and you place them in place. So I worry, and I'm saying this as a concerned citizen of Federal Republic of Nigeria. How does our dear president name such a person to be representing us, Enugu people, and to be handling such important position? And months after he was adjourned to be a sleeping minister, he still left to continue to drive that minister. I think he should be taken out from that place and be taken somewhere where, I think the only place you can have sleepers would be like somewhere where in some area where resorts, if they have a ministry for resorts and entertainment, people go and relax. You put the man there, he goes to sleep there. But putting him where people should be awake, be thinking, be innovative, be scientific, and be technologically inclined, and he leaves it there. He's confused. He doesn't know what to do with it. So he jumps over here, and guess what happened? He created a security risk while at OP. So the people he hired to do the work of fixing the place, his aides did not pay them. And they started destroying canopies and then causing security melee. I don't know if you saw the video.
The video.
But it is a bad video.
All right, Dr. Ben. Earlier when you came on Signature Evening, you joined us. You said that you had, taken a step back from politics and you are not part of the APC. Are you back into APC now?
Yes, I think you probably didn't get that a little bit. You missed it. I am back. And I came back not long ago.
Okay.
When I left, recall that aside from being a chairman, or one-time chairman, I'm also the chief of staff to the Deputy National Chairman, North. Okay? And Honorable Ali Bukadaluri, who also was the acting national chairman of APC when Ganduje was removed.
Okay.
So you can consider me an insider. So out of personal principle, I left and I told my friend Ali Bukadaluri that I'll help you, because you can work in the office. I don't have to be political to be there to help you manage the day-to-day affairs of your staff. But when I now left, and it was being difficult for them to fathom it. And by the way, they worried Ugabala and Uchenna that I was in the National Secretary. Of course, they put up a petition that went nowhere. They even wrote the presidency that I work for PDP. I've never joined PDP for one day. Never even attempted. But they saw to the lies, and nothing happened. I continued to work. And when Ganduje was asked, due to his own fault, and the time we came in, they sent people to me to appeal to me, because they know what I could do. They know that during my leadership, I was able to appeal to distinguished Senator Jim Nwobodo, the former governor of Old Anambra State, to join APC. He did, him and his wife. I was able to even appeal to the wife of the former governor of the old Enugu State, that's Dr. Dorothy Nwodo, to join APC. She did. I was able to appeal to the former Senate President, distinguished Senator Ken Namani, the former governor of Enugu State, Barrister Sullivan Chime, the former Speaker of Enugu State, Eugene Odo, the GNG, that's the Bazuagu Mwite Bazuagu. These are people I received into the party. The former governor of Old Gombe State was able to appeal to him. That is Group Captain Oji. He joined the party. Of course, by then, even your own boss here, he joined me in 2018. And when he came out from the media, now he's gone back again in the media. He ran for House of Reps. That's the Chief V. Martin Zilo. He joined. I was able to appeal to His Excellency Senator Yogeze, now deceased, and we gave him a ticket. We thought that by 2019, if they know what they did in removing his name on the ballot, they only returned him 2 days before election, he would have won, even with his name not being there, and him declining to continue with the election. He came out second. Fast forward, years later, Uche Nnaji came out fourth. Okay, so when you think about I'm back and they've seen the ability I have, you talk about how the Enugu people feel about APC.
All right.
Okay, they feel good when they have good people talking about their interests, being able to explain to them it is not about the party.
Okay, that really that brought me now to the question I had in mind. You just mentioned about how Enugu people feel about APC. It's not just a matter of Enugu people. Even if you're looking at Enugu people, there are some Nigerians that have a very poor understanding of APC. You know, looking at how the economy is right now, how people are struggling, and they feel this present administration might have contributed to it majorly. Now, it seems you have a different opinion regarding that. And it seems other people that are defecting to the APC also are seeing the light, in quote, in APC. So how can other political parties, people that you want to defect to your party APC, and the average Nigerian, what is APC doing to sensitize and make Nigerians understand that APC is like any other party? It is the individuals that are bad.
You know, I think you've made the argument for me better than I made for my party. It is the individuals that are bad. Okay. When you just circle Enugu State, for example, anyone living in Enugu State will be wondering, where is Dr. Peter Mba getting the money to transform Enugu State, the entire Enugu State, not the city, in less than 2 years? Where is he getting the money? That money is coming from several places. It's not, forget about the critics who say it's over tax burden or whatever. It's not true. The majority of the money is coming from the savings, from the subsidy savings. If the money is thrown to the states and it trickles down to the local government, it is the job of the citizens to hold their governors accountable. I know critics writing stuff, okay, about Governor Peter Mba, the bus terminals he built is not being used. The vehicles that he bought, they are not being used. Well, they have gone back in shame. They are in use now. We actually have gotten money to do all this. Have you seen it? Take a look, just take some time and go in there. These are infrastructural development that has occurred in less than 2 years, like no other time. The only time you can probably compare it a little bit would be when Governor Jim Mobodo took over leadership, and in 4 years was able to put some iconic institutions. For example, what we have now as ASUT, including the Anambra State University, including the Ebonyi State University, all were done in one time, one tenure. That is only where we compared. But I'm saying that you could have done more if the man had switched party and is not stuck in his NPP. You see what I'm saying? That Governor Peter Mba, yes, wonderful man. He is too ambitious. He said he cannot wait to develop Enugu State. If he can do this thing in less than 2 years, imagine if he's with the ruling party and he sees all this stuff going. Water is running. It's not running everywhere yet, but the effort is being made. Check the number of water being pumped where we have water. Check the number of roads that have been built. These are monies that have been saved. Every local government, there's a portal where you can check in your own local government. I don't know where you're from. If you key in, every month when money drops, they'll tell you how much your local government gets. That is from APC government. Local government autonomy. If your local government is not working, go and ask the person in charge, what is the problem? Because I saw how much money you received. They're not waiting to go to anywhere. The same way he's getting the alert, you too, you are getting the alert. So there's no excuse. That is why now in Enugu State, you have some local government chairmen building roads, constructing roads. They just opened one at Insoka. Okay, so it's not just local government chairmen that come up and they say they are paying teachers' salary. They are paying healthcare. Governor Peter Mba is making them go back and live with your people. Go and see the innovations going on in Enugu East local government, or go up to Aniri and you see what is going on there. So go ahead.
All right, Dr. Ben, thank you so much. So just because of time, what is your advice to the people of Enugu State, since you're preaching that we should open our horizon to something bigger? What is your advice come 2027?
They should vote, first of all, they should vote for Peter Mba, regardless of any party he joins. The people of Enugu State. vote Peter Mba come 2027, regardless of any party. Whether he decides to stay in PDP or he goes to APC, vote Peter Mba for the purpose of continuing on all the good governance that is brought. Yesterday, when I was at GTC, the concern of my students, these are graduate students, doctorate students and MSc students, their concern is the continuity, sustainability. For us to sustain it, we should allow him that 8 years to sustain it. And we'll be able to examine other persons who might be interested in taking over.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Benway, for joining us. Our conversation was on the 2027 election. Players and challenges are ahead. Our guest, Dr. Benway, joined us, and he's a former chairman, APC, Enugu State. Thank you once again for coming.
Thank you.
All right, so that's the most we can take on this conversation. We'll go on a short break, and when we return, we'll have other segments on Signature Evening. To stay with us.
We are local.
The international community is observing
Why the main market is in chaos. People are...
We are national.
Those in support of this motion as amended, say aye. Aye. We have taken the vote by default.
We are international.
Israeli airstrikes.
Donald Trump left us the worst unemployment.
Signature TV, news in your pocket.
With a population of about 36 million people, the Southeast is awash with stories. Every day on Southeast News, we tell the peculiar story of the Southeast and her people.
Our Southeast should be the Silicon Valley of Nigeria.
Their successes, achievements, and daily challenges. Do you have a Southeast story to share? Community achievements and challenges, completed and uncompleted projects, bad roads, water scarcity, erosion, flooding, insecurity, or even disagreements? Bring it on to Southeast News. On Southeast News, no story is too big or too small. Southeast News. Let's tell our story. Showing on Signature TV every weekday at 4 p.m. WAT, 1600 hours GMT.
We are local.
The international community is observing
Why the main market is in chaos. People are...
We are national.
Those in support of this motion as amended, say aye. Aye. We have taken the vote by default.
We are international.
Israeli airstrikes.
Donald Trump left us the worst unemployment.
Signature TV, news in your pocket.